Hey guys, I am very excited to talk to you about a change in the game that I think is going to make me play for a decade. That was how it was for me for Diablo 2 and 3. Um, so I mentioned in previous videos the thing that I don't like about the progression with the skill tree, and just to give a short reminder. Um, The problem I have is that, in life, when we want to do something, one of the main motivation factors that we have, in my opinion, is that we work hard for something, we achieve it, then we get motivated, we do something, we do again, we keep advancing, we keep working hard to get to something. And I think this is what I love about ARPGs, that the feeling of improving, constant improvements of the character that you're building is something that uh, immediately lured me in Diablo 1 and continued to Diablo 2. And in Diablo 3, there were several factors that made me a little less addicted, but it was completely fine. I don't know. You can argue. In Diablo 4, according to the recent unofficial news and also conversations with um, Diablo team developers, apparently what they're working on is, taking the skill tree and making it something that the character is based on, and then all the other things are just improvements. So to explain what I mean and why I think it's good and why I'm gonna be so addicted to the game is here you can see my uh, level 147 Paragon Spiritborn seasonal character, season 9. So you see here I have all these items, and let's go to the skill tree. So in my last video, I said that I think they should somehow incorporate, upgrading Paragon boards throughout the leveling phase, and also somehow doing a feature where the Paragon boards are more um, felt. I don't know what the word is. Just something, something meaningful. For instance, if they change your skill, it would be amazing. So, um, but let's leave the Paragon board on the side, because even if it just, I think, becomes larger in magnitude and not just changes with content, like for instance, if we have um, um, uh, you know, more boards to choose from, which currently we have like 7, I don't know, for each character, which is, I think, a small number, and we have more glyphs and all kind of small changes to the mechanics, it's going to be fine. The skill tree, on the other hand, is look at what I'm using right now. So I'm a basic skill based character, which is actually really fun. Um, if I get rid of some of my equipment, uh, it's bullshit. It's not worth anything. So that's one of the things that's going to change, hopefully. Um, Look at this skill. Thunder Spike. Um, I'm looking for, yeah, I'll just show you. Thunder Spike, blah, 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 damage, 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 and then you have only this option to continue. So generate 7 additional vigor if you have moved in the last 2 seconds, who gives a fuck? And then 2 options to choose from. The one that I did, when you evade, you attack with Thunder Strike, which is very nice, and make enemies vulnerable. And the other one, third strike, third attack strikes back again, pulling, knocking down distant enemies for 4.3 seconds. Look at Thrash. Thrash is continues to unleash its third attack. Okay, you know the basic skills have this first, second, third attack. Third attack is always a little bit special, and the other option I have is grants two ferocity. This is a good example of something that's not working out for me now. Why? Because I can find, and I don't know if I have it already, but I had amazing equipment that I'm going to show you. Uh, I can have an item that changes my build so much. I can find it when I'm Paragon 250. Okay, and let's not exaggerate. So I kill all the bosses. I find an amazing item that changes either the basic skills that I'm using or specifically Thrash and completely changes it, making it crazy. So, first of all, the team on one of the campfire chats already said that they want to, the guy in charge of the classes, he said that they want to change the uniques so that you don't get a single unique that is build changing and then you equip it and then you don't care about anything. So it's still happening. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's still happening. And yeah, so, and also it's much more meaningful than these choices. Like, have you ever chosen a character where you didn't, as go up the very few possibilities that you have? Look at this. It's all of them. I can have only one choice, which I'm, of course, if I'm using on my action bar, if I'm using the skill, of course, I'm going to upgrade to this one. And then, of course, I'm going to upgrade to one of these, whatever. And I only have two choices of making the skill customized to my choice. And later, when I get master working and whatever tempering is more relevant tempering and legendary items with aspects and uniques, then I change my skills. Let's look at another example. Oh, by the way, when you level up the skills, next rank damage, next rank damage. Okay, so for the Spiritborn, we do have the incarnate skills. You see, rank 5, whatever, it does something a little bit more duration, for instance. And we know that the ultimate skills were changed, so that when you reach the fifth level, I can't show you here, but yeah, I lowered it. I refunded one. So the secret damage is increased, blah, blah, blah. Great. But why only on level 5 and why only for the ultimates? So they can completely improve the leveling of the skills so that if I'm using, for instance, rake, let's say, uh, okay, which is the Jaguar core skill. So if when I level it up, they give me something more than damage, maybe I will have motivation to level it up. Even if I don't need the damage, here, I leveled up my basic skills because I'm using them and I had available skill points, but just coincidence. Yeah, so let's look at another one. So you get my, just choose something, I don't know, something that I don't know. This one, Touch of Death. I never used it. Strike an enemy and infect them, dealing damage, poisoning damage. When it expires, a swarm of hash 6 enemies. Okay. When you improve it, the node that you have to choose, heals you for maximum life. Very specific, very specific. If I want to be healed for maximum life, I must choose this skill. If I choose a different skill, not going to have this trait and whatever. So, and also Touch of Death, the second node, Touch of Death is now a core skill, which is it's great. Cost Vigor or whatever. A Touch of Death, swarms bursts every second, applying 30% of its base poisoning damage over 6 seconds. So they changed the mechanics a little bit. Okay? I'm not saying they're not. Okay, no problem. Now let's go and remind ourselves of legendary aspects. Let's just look at the Codex of Power and let's look at the offensive. Look at this. Okay? Let's go to the Spiritborn specific. Um, I'm looking for something. Okay, look at this. Payback, one of the gorilla skills, now echoes forward and additionally deals 124 of your thorns damage to enemies. very impactful, which is it's great. I'm not saying it's not, but this is a build defining change. So if I choose payback, I either going to need to wait to unlock this aspect, and then and for people like me who we don't I don't use game guides, so I don't want to use game guides. Okay, it's on purpose, and there are many players, casual players like me. So I start using payback, or maybe I start using a different skill. Then I unlock this, and I say, hey, this payback uh, change is really meaningful. So maybe I should either my payback is now very strong without me even knowing, without me even planning, or the worst the worst case I have this is payback. I think yeah, this is payback. I chose razor wings for eagle, and now I say, hey, I have this aspect, and both of them are potency skills, which I want. So maybe now I should get rid of this, and I'm not saying that builds shouldn't. I hate changing my build during the game. I know some of the players like to grind the game with, for instance, a Spiritborn, and then you're saying, okay, I'm going to change my build, completely reset everything, and choose things. But it doesn't make sense that every time that we come to town, we find an item which is crazy, like this with this payback or whatever. So and then we change our build. We can't plan how to improve our build. So and it's good, and I'm saying it in a good way because if I understand correctly, they are completely doing an overhaul for the skill tree and stuff like this, which are already present. We have them. They're going to move to the skill tree, and then, I don't know, payback deals twice more damage is going to go here to the legendary aspects. Look at this. Another example. Razor Wings hits. I didn't read it before. You see, I'm improvising. Razor Wings hits increase your eagle skill damage by 1 for 4 seconds, stacking up to 49. Razor Wing critical strikes grant 3 strikes stacks. This is crazy. It's crazy, and it's really changing the skill. And I don't know. This is something that needs to be thought about. Let's look for another one. Stinger spawns a pestilence swarm at its target location and deals 88 of Stinger's base damage on hit. Now lasts longer and spirals outward. These two, I don't know what they are. I think it's a basic skill and maybe the core skill of the centipede. It's crazy. Look at these massive changes from a legendary aspect. Now, another problem that happens is, okay, I say, this is crazy. I have this aspect I wanted. I played with the Spirit Born 2 weeks ago on the same season, and I want to, use this aspect. And it's an offensive aspect, so I can, put it either on my gloves or my weapon or my rings or my amulet, I think even. So I have like 5 options. And then I find something really crazy and I want to use it on the item. And then I have to, in the middle of the game, I have to get rid of this aspect, which is build defining. I'm reminding you. It happened to me with this Spiritborn, I think, 4 times since I started the character. And it's frustrating because I can't plan. So then I say, who cares? I'll finish the seasonal content. That's the only reason I'm still using the Spiritborn. I'll finish the seasonal content for once in my life because I want the dog, the burning dog. I always give up. This time I said I'm not giving up. I'm level 5 in seasonal and I want to get to 6 and get the dog. So if not, I would just get rid of this character because it's a mess. It's like random whatever building of a character, and then I would just take the barbarian or whatever. Quick Volley's feathers explode at their apex and return to where they were cast, both dealing 53 of their normal damage. Okay, so just show you the uniques and I'll summarize what I mean. Uniques. Uniques, by the way, I think is great. This I think is great. Look at this. By the way, I'm showing you the best character in the game. If you haven't bought the expansion, I'm telling you, I was making fun of this in the beginning when people online said you should, like, this is the best feature of the expansion. You should buy the expansion for the Spiritborn. I think you should. If you like Diablo and if you're playing Diablo, I really think you need the Spiritborn. It's just so fun. And this is one of the reasons why. Look at this unique that I have here, not equipped. Casting an ultimate skill grants amplifies its matching primary Spirit Hall bonus. Just reminding you what a Spirit Hall is. This is a Spirit Hall. You can choose like the main and secondary animal spirit that you're um, connected to, whatever. So, and then um, your ultimate gains an additional skill type, right? So if you take the Seeker, which I'm using, it's the Eagle ultimate, then it also becomes a focus skill, which is fun because you understand me because yeah, now you can focus attributes can improve your ultimate skill. So this is amazing. This is how I think the uniques should be. Really meaningful, really strong, but very wide. So I don't have to use them for the specific thrash basic skill that I have. On the other hand, focus, 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 core skills, basic skills. Oh, it's good items. Yeah. A pestilence swarm spawns from you every 4 seconds, dealing poison damage. Your pestilence swarm now orbit around you and generate 3 vigor. Now listen. If you're playing a Spiritborn with the Centipede Spirit and you chose the legendary that I've shown you before and you get this, there's no chance in a lifetime, no chance that you're not using this ring. Why? Because it's build defining and it's not supposed to be build defining. If you're using Pestilence Swarm, which I have, by the way, no idea what it is, this is so impactful, right? Chance for Pestilence Swarm, look at the secondary attributes. Chance for Pestilence Swarm to deal double damage. This is great, okay? So say chance maybe for potency or focus skill to deal double damage, right? Chance for centipede skills to do double damage. And then this is like a centipede related ring, okay? So bottom line, what are you gonna do, which is again, I think amazing, amazing, and I'm going to play for so long, is just take all the build defining uh, things that are related to the skills, just push them back to the skill tree, take all the, bullshit, unmeaningful things from the skill tree like this. So look at these, look at your potency skill deals now 10% increased damage, but 5% increased cooldown. Okay, I'll choose it. I won't choose it. Whatever. Of course, if I'm using potency skills, I'm gonna choose this. Of course. So they're gonna take all this away, hopefully. Hopefully. Um, yeah, I'm not working for Blizzard, not with this shirt, not where I live. Um, so I wish it's my life dream. So they're gonna switch all around and just create more content and whatever. And all the balancing and all the end game content and everything. I'm not saying that it's not important, but it is improving. I love dungeons and the dungeons, I wouldn't say overhaul, but improvement this season is great, in my opinion. And they're doing work. And of course, it's going to develop. It's going to be larger. There's going to be more content. But this is the basic and core, game defining property that I think really needs some work. And fortunately, they are verified. They are working on it, and I have to tell you, I think this needs a lot of development time. So maybe, who knows? Maybe since season 3, they already decided, hey, gamers know what they're talking about. We need to do something, but it really takes a lot of time it's a massive change. So hopefully, I don't know. I wouldn't expect getting it next season, but maybe on the second expansion in the beginning of 2026. And I think it would be great. Looking forward to it, and I'd love to hear what you have to say in the comments. So please, now I have enough videos to tell you, like, subscribe, and I promise to create more Diablo and other ARPG related content. Bye.